An Arsenal shock is incoming. It's about to be confirmed, and I'm not even exaggerating. And we're going to speak about it in this video. There's something that worries me though, because there's also a potential Arsenal ban that is hanging over some of these players, and I'm a bit nervous about it. Before we get into it though, do me a quick favour if you could, and just hit like on this video. All of these things that I'm talking about are to do with the game against Real Madrid tomorrow. And before I get into the video, I want to ask one very quick, simple question. Before these matches, I always ask, what's your score prediction? And if anyone's able to get it right in the breakdown video after the game, I'll give you a shout out. I'll flash you up on screen so everyone can see how good your football knowledge is. So before I get into the video, just let me know your Arsenal versus Real Madrid score prediction. Look, this ban that makes me a bit nervous, that makes me worry, is the fact that we've got 4 players that if they get a booking in this game, they miss the semi-final game against PSG. And that would be massive, because when you hear these players' names, you think we're a different side without them. We got Declan Rice, Timber, Partey and Martinelli. All of those players, if they pick up one yellow card, one tiny instance of petulance, can see these guys miss that semi-final clash against PSG should Arsenal go through against Real Madrid, which is a massive possibility. And that's the shock, because before this game played out, how many people realistically gave Arsenal a chance of progressing past Real Madrid? There wasn't many. Of course, as Arsenal fans, we all believed it would happen. But even the most positive Arsenal fan would be shocked at the position Arsenal are currently in, going into the second leg against Real Madrid with a 3-0 cushion. That is massive. Look, it depends on this game. Like, how is Arteta going to see it? I'm sure many of us, most of you guys, would want to see Arsenal approach this game in an attacking way. Like, that's how we played them at our place, and we got a massive result. We got a 3-0 lead. So does Arteta go into that game with the same mindset? Or because he's got that 3-0 lead, does he look at this Arsenal team and say, right, what's our best attribute? Defensive. Like, if you look at our last, and I saw a stat come up, in the last 79 games, it's been 79 games since Arsenal last conceded 3 goals, or more than 3 goals. Yeah, 3 goals, which is mind-blowing. That December 2023 was the last time Arsenal conceded 3 goals. So do you guys, like I said, we're always going to think positively as Arsenal fans, but do you see a world where Real Madrid pull this back? In my eyes, there's always a possibility, because, like, you know what it's like with Real Madrid in the Champions League. They just seem inevitable in this competition. They probably shouldn't have even progressed past Atletico in the last round. Like, they was very, very lucky, but it's just something about the Champions League and Real Madrid where they always seem to pull the rabbit out of the hat. When it seems very unlikely for them to get through, they just pull something out. And if there's ever going to be a team that's able to do that, it is Real Madrid in the Champions League. So that's kind of why I'm slightly a bit nervous. If this was any other team and you got a 3-0 cushion, you're basically home and dry. But because it's Real Madrid, those first 10-20 minutes are going to be nerve-wracking. Like, I'm watching that thinking, if they score in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, this game all of a sudden is flipped on its head. Because you know what momentum's like. In a match like this, if it shifts, then you're in trouble. You're defending for the next, 60, 70 minutes if they score early. And that's why I think we still have to continue that same way of playing. Don't go in there and be defensive and allow them to come on to us, because we know the players they've got. They've got Vinicius, they've got Rodrygo, they've got Mbappe. You don't need to encourage them players to have the ball more often than they should. So go there and play your game. And if it's not working out, then you have the backup choice to revert to that more defensive setup. But don't give them that straight away. And that's kind of a bit of a worry for me, because I know Arteta rates this Arsenal defence so highly that it wouldn't shock me if he goes there and kind of parks the bus and wants to be defensive. And he's looking at it statistically and saying, we haven't conceded 3 goals in 2 years. Why am I going to go there and be attacking when I know they're not going to score 3 goals against us? And for me, that's just a wrong mindset to have, because Real Madrid are going to have to be attacking in this game anyway. And we know when teams open up, that's when we always have the best chance. When there's pockets created by a team trying to come onto us, that's when this Arsenal team does their best work. When we allow Declan Rice, Odegaard, Saka to expose those gaps, to have time on the ball. it's only when teams sit back and they're so defensive, rigid, they've got that structure. That's when Arsenal struggle, when they catch us on the counter-attack. And Real Madrid are not in a position where they can afford to sit back and be defensive. Not only that, you've seen the hype around Ancelotti, like the past, since we beat them. Like, it's basically being confirmed that if Real Madrid go out, Ancelotti's going to get sacked. Real Madrid have prepared this emotional video to play to the players and the manager before the game because they know how massive this moment is. So there's no way that they're going to be defensive in that moment. They're going to want aggressive play. Real Madrid are going to want that fast, flowing, forward, attacking play. And that plays into Arsenal's hands. We've got the players to expose the gaps. And that does lead us on to the team selection. Let me know in the comment section what you guys do in terms of team selection. I think most people, there's going to be like a universal agreement on the team that should be played. But let me know if yours differs to mine, or let me know what team you guys would go for. I'm going David Raya in goal, Yuri and Timber right back, Saliba, Kiwior 100% keeps his position in this game. There was a lot of talk before the first leg of, should we be playing Kiwior? He always kind of allows chances for the opposition team. There's a mistake in Kiwior, and we did see it in the first game. He sort of gave the ball away very early on, but after that he was solid, and 100% he keeps his place in this game. Miles, Lewis, Skelly, and then you go Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Merino. Like, that's going to be the team. That was the team in the first leg, and I don't see there being any need to change it. In terms of a score prediction, like I said, Real Madrid are going to really want to win this game, but I'm still going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for it might be a 2-2 draw. I'm going to go for an Arsenal-Real Madrid second leg result of a 2-2 draw. I think Real Madrid are definitely going to score in this game. I don't think they have any choice but to score. Can you imagine if we go there and keep a clean sheet? Imagine us going there and winning. That would just cement the fact that we're probably favourites now. Like, you see the odds. The bookmakers have got Arsenal now as favourites. And you can see why, because there's some good teams on the other side of the draw. We still got PSG in the next round. Like, there's some difficult games. I'm hearing some rival fans saying they still think Barcelona or Bayern Munich are the favourites. I don't know. I still think if you get past Real Madrid, there's no way you can't be considered favourites. And I think Arsenal are going to go there and get a 2-2 draw. Let me know your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. What is your score prediction? Do you think Arsenal can actually go there and win? Do you think we can keep a clean sheet? What is your team selection? Do you think it's the same team? And what is your thoughts on the Arsenal ban? Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, like I said, do me a quick favour. If you could, please just hit like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.